highly intelligent, cybernetically augmented, and a skilled thaumaturgist. Vincent Anderson is the founder and CEO of the Anderson Robotics Group of Interest. Most of Anderson's interactions with the Foundation have been in retaliation to Foundation efforts to contain his operation, including multiple security breaches, and impersonation of Foundation personnel by Saker androids. Anderson currently maintains strong business ties with Marshall Carter and Dark and has numerous supporters within the Maxwellist Church. Chaz Ambrose, owner and occasional chef of the Ambrose Restaurant Minor Group of Interest. Rumored to be far more moral than initially suspected. Adrian Bodin, a solitary anomalous artist of minor repute. Bodin's status is unknown following the events of the Greenwich incident, with which he was tangentially involved. Currently believed to be in hiding, detained, or deceased. Regardless, Bodin is not believed to pose a threat to Foundation interests. Alexei Belatrov, Father Anvil, Roach, contained at Site 17 as SCP-2273 in most observed reality constructs. Classified as a Type C sapient anomaly, Alexei Belatrov has been compliant and cooperative with the Foundation in baseline reality and most observed derivatives. He is fluent in Russian and German and has excelled in his English lessons. Alexei is believed to be of extra-universal origins and claims to have a military background. Mr. Belatrov has a general aversion to violence. However, if his claims of combat experience and memory retention are to be believed, it is likely that Alexei Belatrov remains capable of acts of armed violence. Of note is that, in Reality Construct MM15JS, an entity resembling SCP-2117 manifested momentarily in Alexei Belatrov's quarters on March 22, 2015. Upon demanifesting, Alexei Belatrov was no longer present in the cell. This event coincided with a mass containment breach within this reality construct. Contact with this reality construct was lost soon after. Both the significance of this event and Alexei Belatrov's status within this reality construct are currently unknown. Additionally, in reality construct FZ27GO, multiple persons resembling Alexei Belatrov spontaneously manifested, and were frequently sighted fighting at nighttime. In most occasions, these iterations of Alexei Belatrov are accompanied by an unidentified human with a red tattoo on one of their hands. Alison Chow, the Black Queen, highly intelligent, highly driven, and possesses extensive knowledge of Foundation structure, activities, and contained items. Sometimes said to be highly malevolent, murderous, and destructive, sometimes said to be more benevolent, even assisting some Foundation endeavors in secret. Involved with many major groups of interest and world governments. Seems to be aiming to take down the Foundation. Maybe. For more information on the Black Queen, see the GOI entry.
Dad?
Possibly daughter of Dr. Charles Gears and Lian Zuchao prior to Gears' abandonment of the family and recruitment by the SCP Foundation. Possibly LS of the Serpent's Hand. Possibly in contact with a number of parallel universe versions of herself, cooperating to the point of collaborating on a cross-universal database, though rarely interfering in each other's universes except in special circumstances. Or perhaps this is all invention, smoke and mirrors to further the Black Queen's legend. Perhaps. A kind man, this is not an entry, it is a hole where someone has passed through on their journey as they seek a story that they love enough to stay with till the end. Their footsteps can still be felt, impressed into the pages. Lord Blackwood, gentleman explorer turned sea slug, known for Munchausen tales of adventure and daring-do in exotic lands.
I dare say there must be more to it than that.
Though his exploits are almost certainly false and do not match recorded history, they have been corroborated to some extent by a startling number of sources. Some accounts indicate his adventuring society may have had ties to the post-war Foundation. The Black Rabbit Company, Space Wizard and the Commando Cat Girls, a sextet of anarchist cyborg troublemakers, Boss, Momoko, Hana, Nanami, Tomi, and Wizard, out to stick it to the man and get into space while doing so. armed with guts, hot-bloodedness, and many bullets. An adaptation by Bone Studio of their rumored spaceship theft has been confirmed for the winter 2018 season. Never. Ruiz Dushan, obscure an artist. Dead. Herman Fuller, the man with the upside-down face, and Icky the magic clown, believed to be the current leaders of Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting. Icky serves as the ringmaster, whereas the man with the upside-down face works behind the scenes. Icky is believed to be one of many ontokinetic humanoids employed as clowns by the circus, though investigations have led the Foundation to believe she was originally a non-anomalous girl named Veronica Mason. She is often accompanied by her stage assistant and lover, Lil Lollipop, another ontokinetic humanoid. Lollipop's affiliation with the ringmaster appears to have granted her a privileged status in the circus as well. To date, the Foundation has been unable to confirm any information regarding the man with the upside-down face, including whether or not his face is actually upside down. LS, one of the more radical leaders of the Serpent's Hand, known for never being seen. LS's followers receive letters, books, artifacts, and other gifts from their mysterious leader, but no one can quite remember what LS looks like, though some swear they have met him or her or them. Possesses a talent for seriously breaching Foundation security, has never been witnessed or captured.
I'm not anything like you expected, trust me.
He may be fictional, but a code word used by Hand members to identify friendlies, standing for lease signatory. If not fictional, certainly under the effects of SCP-268. May or may not be Allison Chow, aka the Black Queen, and the letters may stand for Little Sister. Other reports claim both are true. Other reported possibilities for the meaning of LS include Lonely Serpent, Last Saint, Lost Sinner, and Loki Scarlip. Either way, LS is definitely only one well-respected leader among many in the Hand. LS is, however, unique in their focus on targeting the SCP Foundation. Other Hand leaders tend to primarily target the Global Occult Coalition as their first priority, with the Foundation coming second. Midnight, sapient female cat, well-regarded member of the Serpent's Hand. Known to have some anomalous abilities due to thaumaturgical training, or magic. Expert on ways, see files on the Wanderer's Library.
Are you expecting me to meow? Meow.
Former research project by Global Occult Coalition scholar, a familiar for a retired magus. Master died under unusual circumstances, research suppressed by unknown parties. Mr. Marshall, Mr. Carter, and Mr./Mrs. Dark, the leaders of Marshall, Carter, and Dark. Little information is known on any of the members. Reports on Marshall and Carter have been wildly inconsistent. A number of reports characterize Carter as wheelchair-bound, and presenting Marshall as younger. These reports are contradicted completely by other sources saying exactly the opposite. For more information on Marshall, Carter, and Dark, see the Group of Interest entry.
The esteemed Mrs. Marshall, Carter, and Dark.
The reports on Carter that claim he is wheelchair-bound also claim that he is using anomalous life extension, apparently feeding off a bagged and drugged, but still aware, human attached to the back of his wheelchair. This may or may not be a lurid rumor. Reports on Dark fall into three categories. The first category presents Dark as being a role filled by multiple people, of all genders, but possibly originally and currently male, over the last few centuries. The second category presents Dark as a single semi-immortal sapient entity, humanoid in nature if not always in form, able to change bodies and gender to suit current purposes. A third category presents both as true. It seems that Marshall and Carter do not themselves fully understand Dark either, and while they handle most operations, Dark has more ultimate control over MC&D than they do. Regardless, it is certain that Dark predates Marshall and Carter significantly. Curiously, it seems that Dark may be less malevolent than MC&D itself. Whoever they are, their morality seems highly situational, though they are extremely capable of monstrous acts above and beyond the capabilities of their organization. Nobody, an individual who appears to be under anomalous effects partially stripping them of their identity in exchange for anomalous ability. May or may not be multiple people, but only one at a time. Usually reported as an unidentifiable European man dressed in a gray suit and fedora, with the notable exception of an equally unidentifiable woman in a gray suit, fedora, and purple tie. For more information on Nobody, see the group of interest entry.
Nobody knows. Nobody's here.
No one in the Foundation seems to know if Nobody is working for or against the Foundation. If reports are to be believed, the answer is both. However, many doubt his existence. It is almost certain that many incidents associated with Nobody actually had nothing to do with that figure. Saturn Deer is a serial reincarnator and oftentimes false prophet. Possesses vaguely understood abilities to control written texts, abilities which are directly connected to his hugely overblown ego. His motivation is either to scam someone, to humiliate someone, or both. The Serpent's Nest, a small group of Serpent's Hand leaders. No names have been discovered, but figures that have repeatedly been reported include a bipedal female bull moose, a patchwork man, a sayer, and the Silver Woman, always accompanied by a varying cast of other hand members. Baron Lowen Silberescher, a wealthy Lithuanian baron who has been extremely helpful to local Foundation assets. Instrumental in retrieving a number of significant SCP items, including a number located continents away.
It's so hard for me to hear them these days. Are you listening?
The Baron has been accidentally exposed to a large number of anomalies, and has therefore become psychologically unstable. Foundation personnel are instructed to indulge him to ensure continued cooperation. Sylvain, bird mage in training, uses Alier as a courtesy surname when prompted. Allegedly, his family name is something that only birds can pronounce correctly. Is noted to have lots of random friends who live in the forest. A Serpent's Hand affiliate and Wanderer's Library associate, Sylvain occasionally interferes with Foundation agents. Kenneth Spencer and Robin Thorne, a pair of Unusual Incidents Unit agents assigned to 3 Portlands. Both agents and their investigations are of continuing interest to the Foundation. They have collaborated with the Foundation on several occasions, including playing an instrumental role in the joint Foundation/UIU raid of Anderson Robotics World Headquarters. Additionally, both agents are members of Joint Task Force Delta 3, Organic Free Trade, with Agent Spencer assuming command of the task force during operations in 3 Portlands. Agent Thorne is a natural thaumaturge of moderate ability with extensive occult training. Agent Spencer is believed to be non-anomalous, but has significant experience in paranormal affairs. Both agents make extensive use of paratechnology and occult devices in the field, employing a number of custom items in addition to their standard issue UIU equipment. They should both be considered roughly equal to a Foundation agent in terms of capability and effectiveness. Dr. S. Vang specializes in memetics, and by all accounts was an excellent researcher, despite a poor memory and poor social skills. Defected from the Foundation and is currently considered missing and dangerous. Tim Wilson, a Southern animal caretaker and founder of a wildlife solutions company based in Oregon, Tim Wilson is primarily on the side of the protection of normalcy and is responsible for some safe and Euclid-class animal objects based in Oregon. Dr. Isabel Helga Anastasia Parvati Wondertainment V, Ph.D., a young woman of considerable creative potency. Not an ordinary toy maker by any stretch of the imagination. Always accompanied by her ever unflappable assistant, Emma Iselthorpe Brown, and her pet corgi, Jeremy. Her connection to the Little Mr. series in indirect, detored through an older bearer of the Wondertainment name. She is but one of many to bear the moniker. Agent Priscilla Locke, alleged to be a Foundation agent of an alternate timeline. A transgender high school student matching the description of Agent Locke was reported missing in 1996. Her remains were recovered and identified by former Mana Charitable Foundation director and sibling Rhiannon Locke. Miss Locke claimed no knowledge of recent sightings of Priscilla Locke or her alleged involvement with the Mana Charitable Foundation. Agent Locke may or may not be in possession of Foundation property and an as of yet unrecovered anomalous object referred to as anabasis. Martina Bauer, Spiffy Dodger, former Mana Charitable Foundation operative. Current affiliation and whereabouts unknown. Key figure in the MCF-backed investigation of a group of interest known as the Stuff Industry. She is believed to have had previous dealings with the Foundation, either under an alias or through a third-party source. Described variously as being tall, short, red-haired, blue-haired, blonde, beautiful, and variously missing an eye, nose, or teeth. Believed to suffer from asthma and/or frequent panic attacks. Only certainties are that she is narcissistic and insufferably annoying, and always manages to avoid getting arrested. Dr. Darrell Lloyd, a supposed former researcher that was at some point attached to the Foundation. There are conflicting documents as to what position he worked in, and to date paperwork has been found that associates him with the Memetics Department and the Anomalous Items Office, as well as the Department of Para-Archaeology. Supposedly he has died, but this information is conflicting as well. His remains were found at Site following the activation of its on-site nuclear device. But he was also confirmed to have been executed due to his role in starting an MK-class scenario. Additionally, the body of a researcher from early in the Foundation's history shares the name and DNA of modern records of Lloyd. Little else is currently known about this figure.